Hey, this is Pamela Riemenschneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services. I have Greg Johnson here, our director of media development, and this is the Produce Reporter Food Box Update Week in Review. Pretty much.
Seems to be a very popular topic on our website the last few weeks.
Yeah. There is an update, though, for everyone who's been watching just an hour and a half south of me. The most contended food box provider winner of contracts created date, the wedding planner that won $39 million, according to their Facebook page that I'm looking at right now. It looks like they have delivered their first boxes to the San Antonio Food Bank as of Thursday, and Friday they expect to do a couple hundred more. I don't know how many million pounds they were supposed to be doing with that $39 million, but they have started, and that's actually ahead of schedule because they had told the food bank in San Antonio that they were expecting to start up June 1st. So, progress.
Yeah, that's good. And you know, when we talked to Ben Holtz last week with the California Avocado Company that got the huge contract and then had it put on pause and then ultimately terminated, you and I at least suspected that Ben wasn't the only one to have that happen. And when Bruce Summers was on the PMA town hall on Wednesday, Bruce Summers is the USDA AMS administrator, he confirmed there was just one company that they pulled. So it not create a date. It's not any other party planners out there. It's not any bankrupt dairy firms. There was
Run
just
by a former produce guy.
Yeah. So he said that there's just one, and supposedly he mentioned on the town hall that on Friday he was going to be meeting with some leaders in the fresh produce industry. I reached out to USDA to see what they'd be talking about and who might be invited, and USDA did not give me info on either of those. So I guess we have to speculate. Some people out there watching us certainly know, especially if they're involved. The goal is that some people who speak produce can help USDA when they aren't sure whether a company is completely legit and can fulfill their commitment to a food box. You know, one way certainly would be to have an active packet license, which they didn't require at the beginning, and they probably should have. Maybe someone in our organization could suggest a Blue Book account and rating. You know, people at Blue Book are pretty neutral.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been pretty neutral about this whole subject. We've been pretty neutral about it. Although I have, raised a stink about awarding a contract to a business that perhaps is ill-equipped or unprepared to do so. And I said last week I don't think they should have canceled Ben Holtz's contract entirely because he really was already delivering produce boxes. I'm on his website right now, and he had variety boxes already up. He had a program. Perhaps not $40 million, but good for him for shooting his shot and really trying to go after big numbers there. But there are plenty of other businesses in this industry that got shut out from the process. But the good news is there's a new one coming.
Another shot. According to Summers, he confirmed, and it was a little vague. Right when this first came out 2 weeks ago, Tom Stenzel with United asked 15 pointed questions of Bruce Summers, and it took him about 2 weeks to answer. And when he answered, he gave some good answers, but a few of them were a little vague, including whether or not companies that didn't get bids the first go-round, would they be eligible the second go-round? And on the town hall, Summers confirmed that yes, if you made a bid and we didn't pick you, not only have we tried to reach out to you or at least made ourselves available for you to talk to us about why you didn't get it, you can apply again for the next round. And the next round is supposed to start July 1st. And he didn't confirm it, but he hinted that that process might start as soon as next week on getting ready for a request for proposal, because the first time it happened, was like a 4-week process. And next week, June. So he said there's $3 billion in the entire program to run through the end of the year if there are enough contracts and there's enough need in the market. it would be really nice if the economy started kicking butt again and we didn't need this, but I think there's a good possibility that we will through the end of this year. So that it's in place, and that's a good thing. And if companies missed out that first time, they should reapply and use the feedback USDA gave them on why they didn't get chosen. All right,
But
you
we're
want to
gonna
talk
have to
about some non-food box? How about people who are still buying their food at grocery stores? The latest data from Amory's group tells us that while produce still stays ahead year over year, one segment of the produce department is hitting the tank, and we're seeing this in food service too. That's salad bars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, deli prepared foods. And this is something that's not part of our weekly IRI report that's sponsored by PMA. But deli prepared foods are down week over week, every single week, 30 to 40%. And I even have near me, the Whole Foods store has closed salad bar. A lot of the retailers have shut down their salad bars, reallocated. I even saw a meme the other day of a store that had changed its salad bar to a bar and had put the little tiny liquor bottles in the salad bar bins instead. And I heard through the grapevine that that was actually Deerbergs in Missouri, which my hometown's home state. Good job, Deerbergs.
There are some huge advantages to living in Missouri, I will tell you that.
Liquor at grocery stores, for sure. So I think this is going to have retailers take a hard look at, we think about what we've talked about over the last couple of years of retailers creating experiences in their stores. The fresh prepared foods has been a huge area of focus for higher end stores, trying to get more consumers in. People taking grab and go food has been just a growing area. But now, I mean, when was the last time you had a grab and go meal? I mean, are you going anywhere? and I really, yeah, right? What do you got?
I do go some places.
We go to the soccer field. That's it. I mean, just us.
Yeah, grab and go. No one's going anywhere.
Yeah, no one's going anywhere. No one's eating in their cars. I think this is going to have retailers take a look at their floor space and their sales space and think, are we really going to dedicate this much space to self-serve food? And if we look at what's going on in food service right now, Sweet Tomatoes and Soup Plantation already lost the battle. They've gone bankrupt. I've seen other, Super Salad is another one that has changed over to cafeteria style. Some of the other places, the salad bar places, are kind of pulling back on that self-serve model. And Anna Marie and I talked about how when she takes European retailers through on store tours, and she's from Europe herself, a lot of them are kind of skeptical of that self-serve food model and why they're so popular here in the US, and will they be popular in the long run?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think there are certainly ways that this pandemic will change consumer behavior permanently. And that might be one of the ones where we stop touching so many things.
It's something that we're getting used to, letting someone else bag up our stuff, letting someone else touch it, the sneeze guards everywhere, the receipts passed under the little ticket window, basically. It's something we're getting used to, and I think retailers might see more valuable use for some of that floor space, whether it's, order fulfillment for online groceries. So that's growing. That should stick around, at least a certain percentage of it, and some retailers hadn't allocated space for it yet. There are a lot of uses for floor space, and perhaps going forward, at least in the short term, it's not salad bars, and some retailers may take a look at it, and it'll be that way for the foreseeable future. Yep. All right, that's it for the Produce Reporter Week in Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up. And Greg, you need to get out to the golf course, work on your tan, man.
I wear a hat.
Hat and sunscreen. Obviously, I don't wear those.